Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, a farewell to the day. But it's not really a farewell. I mean, it's not the end of the day yet, and is my hair okay? I'm that kind of guy. I paraphrase Shakespeare. When Shakespeare had one of his characters, I cannot even remember the play, when they said, "Frailty, thy name is woman," which clearly they had no idea what women were capable of, since the women's pain tolerance and all that is much higher than that of a man. But I always say, now as I forget how I say that. No, it's vanity, thy name is Nearly Senior Citizen, because I always fixate on my hair. Have my whole life. What I wanted to do, though, even though this video is going up at 6 o'clock instead of late at night to say farewell to the day, is to say, continued, oh my gosh. Because, yeah, people have been saying all day, make sure to check your GoFundMe. And in fear, earlier in the day, but after I made my earlier video, my first video of the day, my Welcome to the Day video, I made that video, I checked my GoFundMe, and hokey smokes, GoFundMe had sent through WePay an $1,800 donation to me through electronic transfer, which will take 3 to 5 business days to arrive. So it'll be like next Wednesday, since, you know, today was a banking holiday, and, you know, Saturday and Sunday, weekends, nothing happens then. So 3 to 5 business days, hopefully by this Wednesday, that'll all be there. Oh my God! Thank you all so much. You are, all of you, beautiful, wonderful people. I can hardly believe it. And it's amazing. It is absolutely humbling and heartwarming. Oh my God. I am so grateful. I am shell-shocked still. I'm in absolute shell-shock. It's been a massive surprise for me all day. I had no idea that this sort of thing would happen, and it's caught me massively by surprise. My friends were here for the last couple hours, and if they were here, they could attest to it. I have just been shell-shocked. It's been very difficult for me to assimilate life. Best way to put that. Where it's like all of a sudden the sun came up in the west and is setting in the east tonight. I just did not expect this, and I am again so incredibly grateful. Thank you all so much. You've enriched this old dancing monkey's life so much. I'm not going to be out of this tiny little box yet, unfortunately. I'm going to be out of this tiny little box sooner than I would like. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law were both talking about they're wanting to move out of this house within 3 months. And I don't know where I'll be able to go when they move, because I can't rent through any normal companies anymore. When my wife and I had been buying a house, and we've been living in the house that we had been buying, makes sense. It took my entire disability paycheck and some of her disability to make our house payment. Then we had to take what was left of her money to buy food and clothing and utilities, etc., etc., etc. When she died, all of a sudden, my house payment was more than my disability was. So I started to talk to Wells Fargo to do a mortgage I can't even, it's like housing something modification, like harm or harp, like that. It's, you got to, they would rewrite your mortgage for you so that you'd be able to pay it. Well, I needed that. So we had 2 mortgages, and they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to rewrite your mortgage for you. Then you make a trial 3-month payment and see if you can do that. So based on that, I did everything that they told me to, and I made my first $750 payment on my modified housing thing. That's when they dropped the shoe on me, and they said, that $750 was for the modified first mortgage. The second mortgage is due right now. Do you want to pay that in cash or check? And so right there, I had to show that I was willing to play by their rules and make the $750 payments, while also having to make the full and complete, here's your entire second mortgage in lump sum now payment form. And I was like, what? So that was special. They screwed me that way, and that was fun. I tried my best. Ended up, I'm still doing the bankruptcy proceedings from that. I haven't finished those yet. So I'm still finishing that. But because Wells Fargo did that, they sold my house out from underneath me on foreclosure auction. And because they did that, whenever I go to any rental company that's like rents houses or rents apartments, any rental company, the first thing they do is a background check, because they've got to see if their insurance will cover me. And the first thing they do is they go, oh, you've been evicted. And then the insurance company goes, well, since you've been evicted, we're not going to cover you. And since the insurance isn't going to cover you, they're not going to rent. I can't rent to anybody, anywhere. I called places and said, I'd like to apply. And they said, well, you know, it's a $52 application fee. And they said, but can you tell me more about your situation? Because I don't want you to just waste your money otherwise. And I said, well, you know, I had this happen. And then I went foreclosure auction. And they went, stop right there, because we'll just have to throw your application away. No insurance company will cover you because you've been evicted. Nobody will rent to you. So when my in-laws move, I don't know where I'm going to go, because I don't have anything. I almost had an RV. Came that close. Had the money for it. Donations from people. Kind donations from kind subscribers. I had the money to buy an RV, and the person who was selling it to me was not making herself available to take the payment for it. And then I found out why when finally I was going to say, look, take my money or we got to call it off. They said, you can't have it. My family member needs it. We're giving it to them. That entire time that I've been trying to pay for it, she was just not telling me that it wasn't available. She was just not telling me it wasn't available until, boom, she gave it away. At which point, my world collapsed out from underneath me, and I haven't been able to find any place to live. I don't know where to go when my in-laws move. So, I don't know. Some wonderful, wonderful people have been talking on Reddit, I've been told, because I've been gotten a lot of people sending me email messages and telling me about what's been going on. And I've been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to read but like 1 or 2 comments on that thread. But there were some people that were trying to see if they could get me a bed. The problem isn't that I don't have a bed, even though the problem is I don't have a bed. the biggest problem I have is there's no room for my bed. My room is maybe, 10 medium-sized paces this direction, four medium-sized paces in this direction, and it's full of my my stuff. If I put a bed in here, I'm not going to have any room, quite literally. And I've already got a storage unit filled with stuff that I'm paying over $150 a month on with my stuff. And it's full. I got to somehow figure out a way to sell a lot of that so that I can stop paying for storage. But when I lost my house through foreclosure auction, I didn't just want to lose my stuff. My wife had died just months before that. And I was broken. I couldn't move any of my stuff. My friends finally helped me. And I got out just the very day they did foreclosure auction. And my stuff has been sitting up in the storage unit. And so I've got my stuff here, barely anything, and it barely fits. If I had a bed, it wouldn't even fit. I would love to accept a bed as a kind donation. I just don't have room for a bed. One thing I would love to do, and I've been thinking of, is if I could get like, do they make memory foam mattresses that are cot sized? Because if I could get a cot, I can't sleep on a cot on its own. If I sleep on a regular mattress, I'll be able to sleep for maybe an hour before I get woke up from pain from my fibro in my back. If I sleep on a cot, I'm not going to be sleeping. I'm going to be hurting so much, I'll just be lying there until I'm crying. What I'm hoping that they would have is, like, if I could get a cot, if they have memory foam mattresses that are just big enough to fit on the cot, I could do that, because I could fold up the cot and set the cot and the memory foam mattress against the wall. That I can do. So if anybody knows how, or any way I could do that, that would be awesome. But I just don't have room for a bed. And I feel horrible and ungrateful just saying that, but while I'd love to take a bed, I don't have any room to put it anyplace, and I would hate to have anybody's wonderful donations go to waste. Oh my gosh, I feel guilty already just because people care for me, because I'm so not used to that. Quite honestly, starting with the sexual and physical abuse as a child, my life has not been a life that I would have wished on my worst enemies. So, well, I live in this tiny little box, and I just want to let you know, I'm going to pick up my camera actually so that you can see. I'm going to swing it around here. Of course, now my cord's sticking under there. But from where I sit in this recliner, and I am in this recliner, here is to my left, because here is my nose. Here is to my left. And then I look straight ahead, and we see that there's, well, I'm a slob, and, well, I'm not really a slob, but I work with, under the context, not under the context, it's using, oh, what is that phrase? It's organized chaos. I work with organized chaos, and so everything looks a lot worse than it really is. So, and then there's that, and then there's the door to go out. There's the other half of the room. There's the door. You see how it just goes across? There's my things. There's my hamster cages. They're up against that wall. I have back there guinea pig cages, because we have guinea pigs. And then here's my furniture on the side. The only place that I could put a bed would be like right through here, and then I wouldn't be able to get to anything because it would fill up that area all across. So unfortunately I just don't have room in here for a bed, because I keep turning the thing this direction, and this is now directly behind me. But this is to my right, and I'll spin around, and there's to my left, and then here's my eyes. Hi. Hello. You are very close. Gosh, that's almost freaky. I'm going cross-eyed. Come on. What do you think? Oh, that's nowhere near centered. How about that? That's a little bad. So this is my life, my room, and it's... I don't know how to... I'm not falsely cheerful, but I'm not always happy. I mean, I'm horribly depressed, but at the same time, I do my best to stay optimistic, because so much has happened in my life that if I didn't stay optimistic, I'd stay optimistic. I would have given up a long time ago, honestly. So, I put my best face forward. Is that how it goes? I put my face on, I put my best foot forward. However that goes. It's, I don't quit. I haven't quit. I've spent my whole life being knocked down by trucks. And even though I'm broken and bleeding, I still get back up. So, hopefully that's, I'm not too rambly, and hopefully everyone's not just going to go, well, after listening to that, I'd better unsubscribe. So, you take care. Have a great day. I know I ramble. Somebody that in one of the couple comments on this Reddit thing said I had the slightly oblivious, slightly goofy, say whatever he's on his mind personality. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I'm largely oblivious to a lot of things. I'm very goofy. I'm very silly. And, but other than that, I'm a nice guy. So, you take care. Have a great day. And hopefully, I will see you on the flip side, which would be tomorrow. For me. For you, it's whenever you happen to watch these. But for me, it's going to be tomorrow, because after this, the tail end of my cold, my throat is really sore right now. So I need to take it easy tonight and try and sleep. So you take care. Have a great day. I am so grateful to all of you. I hope I don't disappoint too many people when you find out that I'm just me. But you take care, and I'll talk to you all on the flip side.